Get ready for action and comedy, because Peacock is dropping a massive new title. We are talking about Josh Brolin starring in an R-rated zombie comedy that is set to hit streaming next month. This film is a co-production with Quentin Tarantino and Dives, deep into a Texas outbreak story featuring a go-go dancer fighting through hordes of the undead. Find out all the details on this wild cinematic event coming soon.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we are shifting gears to Hollywood's biggest star. Dwayne Johnson's forgotten action movie is finally landing on Peacock, and it's time to revisit a film that helped launch his career. We're talking about The Rundown, where Johnson plays a tough, aspiring chef bounty hunter caught up in a massive fight for a lost artifact in the Amazon. This is a must-see for action fans. Now, let's talk crime thrillers and modern westerns. Peacock just added a film that is being called one of my favorites of the last decade, Hell or High Water. This Kevin Costner western takes place in present-day Texas and explores the desperation of bank robbers in a world that is far from the Wild West. Discover how brothers Toby and Tanner try to change their fate against a backdrop of intense shootouts. And finally, we're diving into the neon-soaked underbelly of Miami with Peacock's new series. M.I.A. This stylish revenge thriller puts us in the humid Florida Keys, where Etta Tiger Johns must infiltrate the criminal underworld after her family is wiped out by a cartel. If you want a gritty, smart, and visually stunning binge, you need to see this. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more breaking news. Peacock is set to add a dark comedy to its streaming catalog next month with an R-rated zombie movie starring Josh Brolin. Co-produced by Quentin Tarantino, the film centers on a go-go dancer with a gun leg and other survivors as they battle zombie hordes across Texas. The title, Planet Terror, will be available on Peacock's streaming library starting Friday, May 22, 2026. The project was directed by Robert Rodriguez, who also served as a writer, co-producer, composer, co-editor, and cinematographer, producing it under his studio, Rodriguez International Pictures. Planet Terror is part of the Grindhouse double feature created by Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, merging Rodriguez's Planet Terror with Tarantino's Death Proof. The narrative unfolds in a small Texas town following a deadly outbreak caused by a leaked biochemical agent that turns people into zombies. Go-go dancer Cherry partners with her ex, Elwary, to survive the onslaught, though Cherry sustains a leg injury during an encounter and later replaces it with a minigun as chaos escalates. The cast includes Josh Brolin, Rose McGowan, Freddie Rodriguez, Marley Shelton, Jeff Fahey, Naveen Andrews, Fergie, and Bruce Willis, alongside cameo appearances from both filmmakers. Marley Shelton described the film as a brainchild of both directors, noting that the Pulp Fiction director was heavily involved on set, though Rodriguez maintained final creative control. Dimension Films distributed the film, which premiered in theaters on April 6, 2007, achieving a 77% average rating on Rotten Tomatoes and grossing $11.4 million worldwide. Dwayne Johnson's early career film, The Rundown, is now available on Peacock, offering a look back at a pivotal moment in his transition from WWE star to leading man. The 2003 action comedy, directed by Peter Berg, stars Johnson opposite Sean William Scott, Christopher Walken, and Rosario Dawson. Despite a box office performance that fell short of expectations, grossing $80 million against an $85 million budget, the film joined Peacock's expanded streaming lineup on May 1st. In The Rundown, Johnson plays Beck, a tough, aspiring chef bounty hunter sent to the Amazon to retrieve a mobster's son. The plot escalates when Beck becomes entangled in a fight against a ruthless mining tycoon and a quest for a legendary lost artifact. This movie is significant as one of Johnson's initial acting endeavors and an often overlooked entry in his filmography, which now includes major hits like San Andreas and the Fast and Furious series. The film effectively showcased Johnson's versatility, blending physical prowess, comedic timing, and charisma. His performance as Beck highlighted his ability to navigate both comedic banter and intense action sequences. Critics and fans praised the film's reliance on practical stunts over CGI, allowing Johnson to display his athleticism in demanding jungle fight scenes. The chemistry between Johnson and Scott was highlighted as a classic action comedy dynamic. Critically, The Rundown achieved a 69% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, placing it among Johnson's top 20 highest-rated films. The addition of The Rundown to Peacock's May 1st arrivals was part of a broader push by NBC Universal to expand its streaming offerings. Other titles added to the lineup that month included Battle, Lowe's Angels, Cowboys and Aliens, The Day After Tomorrow, Dunkirk, Mechanic, Resurrection, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, and Imaginary. Upcoming additions are scheduled for later in the month, including Arthur the King on May 11th, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare on May 18th, and Wicked on May 21st. Peacock has added the critically acclaimed crime film Hell or High Water to its streaming library. This neo-western, which premiered 2 years before the debut of the hit series Yellowstone, features a collaboration between screenwriter Taylor Sheridan and director David Mackenzie. The low-budget film achieved significant success, grossing $37.9 million worldwide on a $12 million budget and earning 4 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and Best Supporting Actor for Jeff Bridges. The movie is set in contemporary Texas, aiming to redefine the Western genre by showing that bank robbers rarely escape unscathed. Brothers Toby, Chris Pine, and Tanner Howard Ben Foster attempt to change the dynamics of bank robberies, but they quickly face resistance from local Texans, intensifying the conflict. While the film avoids constant action, the shootouts are intense and often result in negative consequences for the participants. The narrative powerfully captures the desperation felt by the Howard brothers and others, emphasizing that the environment is not conducive to survival or success. Jeff Bridges received an Oscar nomination for his role as Texas Ranger Marcus Hamilton, an aging lawman who becomes involved in the investigation. His performance is noted for his portrayal of the old law dog and his interactions with his partner, Texas Ranger Alberto Parker, Gil Birmingham, highlight the complex dynamics between them. The film showcases the sibling bond between Toby and Tanner, with Pine portraying the level-headed Toby and Foster delivering a wildcard performance as Tanner, whose impulsive decisions frequently jeopardize their plan while underscoring their unbreakable connection. The conclusion of Hell or High Water is deliberately ambiguous, avoiding an epic final shootout. Instead, a final, potentially lethal invitation is presented, leaving the confrontation unresolved. This open ending aligns with the film's modern Western theme, suggesting that the struggle for survival is ongoing, inviting the audience to contemplate the outcome. Peacock's new series, M.I.A., is being hailed as a stylish revenge thriller that successfully captures the gritty, high-stakes atmosphere of the Florida Keys. The series dives into the criminal underbelly of Miami, trading the familiar imagery of the Ozarks for a neon-soaked, humid environment. Created by Bill Dubuque, the show positions itself within the crowded prestige crime genre with a premise centered on a blood-soaked quest for vengeance. The narrative follows Etta Tiger Johns, portrayed with simmering intensity by Shannon Geisler. Etta's family business, rooted in maritime activity, is decimated by a cartel attack. Rather than relying solely on law enforcement, Etta embarks on a calculated mission to systematically dismantle the network responsible for her family's downfall, crafting a hit list as she reinvents herself to infiltrate the criminal world. The critical success of M.I.A. lies in its atmosphere. The series masterfully conveys the sticky, intense Florida heat, establishing an authentic Miami noir that moves beyond typical tourist depictions to explore the city's diverse, gritty industrial pockets. Supporting the central action is Cary Elwes as Kincaid, a quirky, slightly unhinged detective who serves as an engaging foil to Etta's cold-blooded objectives. While the review notes that the series is not flawless, emphasizing that Geisler's performance anchors the narrative and elevates the story beyond a simple revenge plot, It is strongly recommended for viewers seeking a binge-worthy, stylish, and cynical escape. M.I.A. is positioned as a smart, violent addition to Peacock's catalog, delivering a humid and compelling take on the theme of revenge.